Ah, yes, greetings. All right, love. Yes, welcome back. Obviously, as previous episode would have shown, we beat these bastards. But obviously, we had to play them again, and I didn't think you'd kind of want to sit through another game against identical opposition. I think I'll probably make that a feature rather than having two teams. Or two identical matches, one after the other. Well, essentially, they're all identical. They're all Blood Bowl. But that's nitpicking. But yeah, oh my words. Seriously, it was a bloody one. Yes, it wasn't particularly pleasant for either of us. As again, see, Gutter Runner dead. Swished it to a broken jaw, thankfully. Well, you keep your apothecary handy, but it wasn't capable of saving that young gentleman. But at least I saved the expensive guy. Yeah, so we'll say 2-0 up. Move towards the end. That's some incredible stuff, really. Like, well, I say incredible. The highlights are here. Everything else was slightly less than incredible. But that pass and the dodge, I was on the edge of my seat and off of it. Stood erect. Fist pump. Yeah, see, look, they get quite entertaining scoring things, and we don't. But yeah, so 2-1. We let one go. Right at the end. But obviously, excellent work. It means we progressed. I'll show you the skill rolls. We'll have a lineman. Give him wrestle. Fairly simple. Not much else to report other than that. Believe, so that guy, obviously, our Gutter Runner misses the next game, which is a bit annoying, as we're into the final. So brought a lineman in to replace the one that died. And that's pretty much all we can do. I'm trying to save a little bit of cash on the off chance. And obviously now, yes, we've played the Pythons before, but this is the final. As you can see, I used the money in not entirely sure if I adequately explained it in the first few games, but obviously where your team rating, which is the combined value of all your players, staff and all that kind of thing added together. As you can see, bottom left, this is 1080 and theirs is 1580, so obviously they work out a kind of, to balance it out, they give you some cash that you can only spend to gain little perks to kind of try and even the score. And in doing so, I hired a spare Gutter Runner just to fill the gap. So we've got a bit of pace. And that giant fucker, you can see, the massive metal tits, right in the middle, that's Head Splitter, who is a ratto guy. So it's obviously we can buy our own eventually. He won't be nearly as good as this guy, as I found out. He's absolutely incredible. Don't think that's a spoiler to say. But yeah, he is brilliant, bless him. So yes, we've got him in for a bit of added muscle, and to obviously, added player, added numbers. Again, a pretty standard setup. You know full well they're going to blitz the Gutter Runners anyway. That's what they always do. And I'm kicking off, which is what I always do. So yes, final of the Clean Cup. We've made it here with an undefeated record in both league and knockout, so that's splendid. Although the kick, maybe I should have taken kick as a skill. I'm pretty sure that's the thing, it kind of got lost in the shuffle. I'm sure I took a guy and said that kick was a good skill, and then I'm pretty certain he died. He must have done, because I can't find him anywhere. So maybe I should have taken kick instead of wrestle, but meh, you live and learn. I think probably on the long run, maybe wrestle is there we go, see? They're nothing if not predictable. I forgot why he didn't follow up, I don't know. But yes, obviously while I've in between times finally promised, about 4 games later, I actually, oh Jesus, piss. Fucking fine start. Forgot about that. Oh shit, yes, and I forgot they had a bloody troll as well. They have a cave troll. So obviously we need our own giant bastard to fill the gap. As he's horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's a little bit like, I'm trying to think what he looks like. Was it? Am I thinking of something out in the Moomins? Some sort of horrible, freaky troll thing? I'm sure there was that in the Moomins, or am I just thinking? I don't know. Something from fairly classical fantasy literature. So yeah, so it's Anyway, as I've said, in the meantime, between games, I actually did get my arse into the loft, like I said I would, and I've dug out my miniatures, and they're shitting hell. They're even more awful than I remember, and they're a lot less painted than I remember as well. I could have sworn I'd done not a better job, but at least finished them all. I think half of them have got kit, the other half have just got skin and fur, and the rest is just undercoat. But as I say, I will try my hardest to get those photographed, and I was kind of hoping that I would find amongst all the shit up there a load of stuff from the tournament I said I attended way back when. Maybe I'd have an old team sheet, or I'm pretty certain I kept a diary as well. I've absolutely no idea why I did that. I don't know who I would ever show that to or why. But see, foreshadowing. Over 10 years later, no, is it 10 years? No, got to be. Fuck me. No, what was it? Oh shitting hell, Dave. That was like 20 years ago. Fucking hell, you're showing your age. Yes, I should probably have. Yeah, I foresaw a time I might need it, and I've obviously thrown it away in the meantime. But I vividly remember pissing in the sink after being drunk, because obviously it was held at De Montfort. As I said, I believe it was De Montfort University. It may not have been. I'm not entirely sure if I can find it on this in this bundle of paperwork. I did actually have all the shit. It was 96. My memory did serve. I'll see if I can find it. But yes, I do remember a night on the ale, even though I was 16. Oh, cheeky. And I'm pretty certain most people there were underage, let's be honest. That kind of deal. Oh no, Leicester University. I don't know if that's any different to De Montfort. They didn't mention it by name, so I'm guessing so. But yes, if you went to those dorms sometime around 1996 and your sink stunk of piss, sorry, that was me. Terribly sorry. But yeah, so yeah, obviously that the diary didn't survive, but everything else did. I've got my player's handbook. Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of July 1996. And it's just, it's absurd. Sort of back in the day when there was seemingly no internet, and email was the stuff of a madman's dream. Wow. But yeah, I did find the team and my team results. I actually thought that I lost absolutely every game. Because I was shit, let's be honest. But, yeah, match record. Blood Bowl match record. Games Workshop 1996 Grand Tournament. Match 1, lost against a team called The Lads. And given the spelling, I can only assume that they were orcs. But I did score, it was 2-1. Didn't cause any casualties, but I received 4, as fucking hell, as befits a Skaven team. I actually won the second match somehow with 4 casualties. I'm assuming nobody without long term for that one. I beat somebody called the Casualty Magnets, which turned out to be an ironic name as I didn't inflict any casualties, but they caused 2. And I won 2-1. It's excellent. And that gave me all the optimism in the world to then go and lose 3-1 to the Lowdown Rats, who I think are a Goblin team. And I'm pretty sure they were then too. And for some reason, somehow, against the Goblin team, I conceded 5 casualties. I really don't understand that. But if I... Fuck, are you shitting me? Did I win more games? I must have done. I can't quite remember how it worked. I think that was somehow to place you in... give you league positioning, and then you had the knockout things for a knockout rounds to win some sort of trophy. So I think it was almost like everyone who finished bottom went into for one trophy, 4th for another. You know, it was that kind of deal. And although I'm assuming that means I got eliminated. I must have done. Yeah, knockout stage. Oh, fucking hell, yeah, must be. Bollocks. But yeah, so why did I then go and play another 2 matches? Very strange. But yeah, anyway, lost. I lost 2-1 against Dynamo Kislev, which I think is it's a nice football nod. If I were doing a human team, I would probably do the same. But yeah, I lost 2-1, and then I beat Orcs 3-0 and Halflings 5-0. See, so where was that form? Where were those touchdowns? 5. How the fuck do you score 5 touchdowns? I don't understand. But yeah, so there you go. I did shit, and I believe the last place trophy, if memory serves, was called the Mongy Mug, which you would think, you know, maybe that was in a not decidedly less PC time where you could get away with such things. Yeah. God. Timetable. Who knows? All Blood Bowl and Necromunda games will be played in the Stamford Hall extension, if that means anything to anybody. Where did my team sheet go? I did have one. Pretty sure I did. Is it this one? Oh, yeah, there you go. Is that it? Pretty certain it is. It's very much like it. But why the... Okay, I've absolutely no idea why. But my team sheet appears to be in French. That I do not understand. Or, I mean, it's printed. It's a Games Workshop printed one, but for some reason it's all in French. So, re-rolls are relances. Popularité is my French is shit, but that's fan factor. Assistants are assistant coaches. Obviously, cheerleaders are pom-pom girls, apparently, according to this. Awesome. But yeah, how did I... It must have been the last couple of games where I got all the big scores and the star player points, but I've got a thrower with sure hands and accurate. No, you get sure hands anyway. Accurate. Oh, strong arm, sorry, and accurate. Excellent. Why did I get a lineman with Dauntless? Fucking hell. Oh, but obviously, catcher, there you go. See, that's back when you were allowed such OP things. You had stunty and big hand. Ridiculous. But yes, as you can see, it was fair rattling through the turns at this point, as I believe in the snowy conditions, if you're going for those extra squares, you stack it on a 1 and 2 as opposed to just a 1. And they seem to be a combination of that and just some incredibly shit block dice luck they're just pummeling through the turns as I pummel them. Like I say, we're getting into a good scoring position, as you can see, and obviously whittling their numbers down. Obviously, like if you can. That troll hasn't fucking moved all turn, has he? Obviously, I've had my face buried in paperwork for the last couple of minutes, but yeah, clearly, clearly he's done nothing. So there's not really much point keeping that dude there. Shimmy him on. Lay a web of tackle zones, so these bastards can't get past. Yeah, seriously, I know you for some reason, obviously if this was, I was playing human opponents and this was the real dicey game, you can buy star players, such as Head Splitter, who is ably demonstrating, stunning people. You can buy them and add them to your team permanently, and I'm pretty certain there's no means to do that in this, which is kind of, I get that, it's kind of about building your own star players, I suppose. But it just sort of means you can only use them like very early on, kind of in the league when you've got this. What sort of word am I thinking of? Like where they compensate and give the other guy some cash, because it's like I don't see how you can possibly afford to. You know, unless you've got an absolutely massive treasury, which you can then afford to transfer money from that into your sort of petty cash at the start of the game and then spend it on a star player. It's just it's unusual. I don't quite understand it myself. As I say, this is probably the first time maybe the second time I've used it. I think you've got a choice between, or for Skaven teams anyway, I've got a choice between Head Splitter and Morgan Thorg, who is an ogre, if I remember rightly. Massive bastard. And again, it's one of the little niggles again I have with Games Workshop, is that it's just, I don't know, it seemed to be, it's incredibly petty of me, but it's like one of those sort of where you can say, like, maybe is that sort of, would you class that as dumbing down? I don't know, but it's like his name isn't what was it? It wasn't Morgan Thorg. It's like Morgan Throg, and it's to some ridiculous kind of Lord of the Rings looking name with an absolutely ludicrous spelling with far too many consonants in it. But obviously, but he's Morgan Thorg for sure. And you just think, well, yeah, he probably would be, but I don't know. It's just petty little shit like that I just think sort of break. But again, I suppose this whole fucking thing's breaking the immersion, isn't it? If you really think about it, because why would these? You could see maybe there's obviously, considering how violent it is, you get why, like, races would be sort of fighting each other, sort of in the name of sport in a weird way. But like, why the hell would the fans? Why wouldn't the fans just like be? Why the hell? When if you actually look at it, there's like trolls next to humans, next to lizard men, next to, like, why would there be? It makes no sense. Why haven't the Skaven team got a Skaven crown? Or a largely Skaven crown? Because you just think, how would it happen? But then again, there I go again, picking holes in like a random fantasy game. I just think, you're just making grief for yourself, Dave. Like, why? Just sit back and enjoy it, or sit back and watch Twitch and then take your turns. Take your turns when prompted. Obviously, yes, got one penultimate turn. Desperate to try and rinse this for as long as possible. Run down the turn timer. Cheap as chips. But it's a valid tactic and it works. I can't believe I was just about to dodge with. See, that's where. Yeah, see, that's where wrestle comes into its own. So in a way, yeah, I'm quite glad that that's it. It's not got that. For that one. But yeah, pretty certain I covered the whole huge bastards like that having the wild animal skill, which they've basically got a roll of 4, 5, or 6 at the start of their turn. Otherwise, they just don't do anything. And for ages, I thought. For most of this match, I thought Head Splitter had the same, and I thought I was just making some absolutely amazing rolls. Like turn after turn, he was just doing exactly what I wanted, and it was only when I actually looked at him that he hasn't got wild animal. He's obviously he's somewhat intelligent, which is obviously, you know, serves me right for judging him by appearance. He looks like a big lump. He's obviously stupid. Clearly not. But yeah, so there you go. That's first half. All done and dusted. 1-0 up. All even. It's still bloody snowing, unless I can't remember if we get anything on the kick-off table or not. That might change that. Obviously, weather does. Fucking phone. See, I seriously need to not have my phone on charge via my USB port while I'm while I'm recording. I'm sure it's snuck into a hell of a lot of videos of late. But it serves me right for having a shit phone where the chargers don't work and I have to charge it via USB. Too many times dropping it as the bane of every phone's existence. So yeah, a little shuffle, a little shimmy, and we await the kickoff. That's fair enough. So yeah, so it's still snowing. I believe that curtails your passing ability as well. I think it's only like very short passes I think you can make when it's snowing its arse off, because you can't see anything, which is good. If I was playing elves or something fucking horrible, any team that plays a passing game, excellent. It kind of, but I suppose in a way it pays to. They seem to sort of be a bit more of a sort of kind of hitty, kind of runny team, the Norse. But again, that plays into my hands. If they're going for it, going on the extra squares, it means they've got double the means they've got double the chance of stacking it. face down in the snow. Let's see if we can put this fucker down. Obviously he's got frenzy, which is helpful. Boop. Another one. Boop. Oh, tasty. That's what we like to see. Smashed hand. Have to put it up to protect that massive hooter. Got it shattered. So excellent. We'll take that. He's big and strong. He can look after himself. And he's not out. So if he dies, whatever. We've not actually paid any money for him. Ha! Excellent. He seems to actually make some quite good dodge rolls as well, the cheeky fucking sods. For a stock sort of agility 3 team, they're making the good moves. And we have yet to have a run a blitz, although the turn is young. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Standard. Thanks for that. Nice! See, that's where it pays off. You had to go the extra square to make the extra hit. Fuck you. Knocked out on your ass. So yeah, obviously that cracks a nice bit of pitch up the left-hand side. So if at all possible, sort that pocket out. You can obviously get a guy up there. That would be a great help. But yeah, while I'm kind of debating doing probably exactly that, I dug out in the same stack. It sort of came in the box of miniatures. It obviously shows you the time. Obviously, some of them are classic players that weren't playing, but it kind of gives you a good idea of my naming strategy. Obviously, in this version, sadly, you can't rename players, or I have yet to. Well, actually, I have yet to try. Maybe you can. Maybe I should try that in between. Maybe we can go old school, but I doubt you can, because it's probably some sort of. They realise maybe kids will be playing it, and obviously online, if you're calling, I don't know, your rat ogre, massive fucker or something. Oh, you might be playing with children, metaphorically, playing the game with children. So yes, obviously that wouldn't be allowed. Your parents complaining. So yeah, finally, there's a bit of Norse pinball as opposed to the Goblin one. But yes, obviously dug out my team sheet. Obviously I converted as many as I could, or that was the plan, with putty and all that kind of thing. Converted as many of of my team to sort of look like footballers with kind of specific physical attributes, if that sort of makes any kind of sense. So for example, I had the 2 throwers I had. One was based on Carlos Valderrama, and the other one was based on Rud Hullet. So one had dreads, and one had an absolutely massive sort of ginger, or dyed. No, it wasn't ginger. It was blonde, wasn't it? Dyed barnet. Like for there was a cracking. I think it was obviously supposed to be a kicker. I think it was an old. Tasty. It was an old Blood Bowl miniature from like a previous incarnation, but obviously they sort of they made them available again, kind of thing. Dusted them off and cast some extra ones. I got it in mail order, and it was supposed to be like a kicker, and it had like a big armour-plated foot, obviously for kicking. So I came up with 2. One who would be a particularly dirty fucker and would foul everybody. He was based on David Batty of the time. Batty, if you remember the Batty. Fuck knows how he got near the England team, but God bless him. I always enjoyed his dirty tackling. Bless him. Oh, his dirty tackling. I can't say I saw that. Excellent. But yeah, it was designed to have 2. It was him, and obviously one based on Gary Lineker. As obviously I believe his career ended with a toe injury or something absurd, so that would be kind of a hilarious in-joke for those who know their football. But yeah, obviously, as I recall, you could have. It was in one of the compendiums, I think, a little additional rules. You could have special types of Skaven plague monks. Obviously, that they're kind of a unit in the army in the tabletop war game, but you could include them and have them as Blood Bowl players as well. And I believe they had the hideous appearance skill, which obviously I think the troll had. There was that little radius around him. I think anyone within it is obviously put off. Oh, get in, head split. Split some heads. Yeah, obviously it puts off anyone. So any dice rolls, I think, made by any opposition players in the area are put off because obviously they're so hideous. And humorously, according to this sheet, I had Ian Dowie and Peter Beardsley down as my hideous, my hideous players. Quite how I was going to represent Diego Maradona as a Skaven, I don't know, but he's on the list. I did, however, make Alexei Lalas, who American viewers may be familiar with. American viewers, as if. As the ginger, a massive ginger hair and massive ginger beard. I think if you're going to do it, go big. So yes, I had a ginger Skaven. And another one with an afro, Don Goodman, obviously. Well, not obviously, I'm sure you don't know, but I'm a Wolverhampton Wanderers fan. And he had a fine fro back in the day, so that seemed to make sense to me. I have him. Jason Lee, I had one with a big pineapple on his head. And probably my favourite, again, two favourite, I was going to do two fat ones. And one was intended to be Thomas Brolin, if you remember him. Notoriously chunky. I believe he was Swedish. He played for Leeds, if memory serves. And obviously Paul Gascoigne. I was quite proud of him. Managed to get a massive gut on him. Shirt riding up, can of beer in one hand, kebab in the other. Obviously it was funny at the time. Now it's that's kind of a little bit tragic. I don't feel like bless him, poor Gazza's sort of got the help he needs, maybe, over the years. Maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, I wish him all the best. God bless him. Clearly he's not watching this. But if he is, maybe he could come round, fishing rod, bring some chicken, 6-pack of lager. And we'll talk about Blood Bowl and how I made a slightly insulting rat miniature look a little bit like him. I'm sure he'd be well up for that. Fucking hell, if anything's going to turn him to drink, he's watching these videos. But yeah, so luckily, look, we seem to have whittled them right down. I think they've probably got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now? 6 people? Done a fine job tearing through them all. Oh. This big lummox. Jesus. See, that's what I found in my previous playthrough. It's not much, see, the Mighty Blow skill that he had there. It's not obviously used as a inspirational team buff in the locker room. It's not that kind of Mighty Blow. It's obviously to do with when you punch people. It obviously adds +1, or it always used to add +1 to the damage and +1 to the injury roll. I'm not entirely sure what it does now. I don't know whether they decided that was OP and just changed it. I'll have to have a look. But it does something similar. Makes it easier to hurt people, basically. And the mutation that Skaven can obviously have, or can gain, Claw, obviously gives you honking Great Wolverine style shenanigans. And that works quite well in tandem with that. Like luckily, I was very, very lucky indeed to have both my Stormvermin, which I haven't got yet, in this team, because they're a little bit expensive to start with, but I will get them at some point. I was lucky enough to have both of those with Mighty Blow and Claw, and Jesus wept. The amount of casualties they rack up is absurd. It's obviously not OP because it's the game, and you're obviously allowed to have those two skills. But Christ, you go through them, go through bone like butter, as Brick Vader would say. But yeah, see, he's going up and down like a horse draws, and I really don't know what he's playing at. Clearly changed his mind, but obviously we left ourselves a little bit open. And there we go. Dead. But obviously He's my thrower. I'd rather he wasn't dead, but obviously, yeah, he's not had the best of luck. I'm pretty certain he got fucked up in the previous match as well. I think he smashed his ankle. Now he smashed his leg. So it's a little bit of a physical wreck. As long as they keep his don't screw his arms up, which obviously as a thrower you think you'd need, we should be fine. But I suppose in a way that kind. Well, again, I couldn't. Well, I could have legislated for that by being a little bit less of a dick with my blocks beforehand, not leaving that flank open. But you know, where I was a little bit guilty of. Well, obviously you have to walk it into the net with Blood Bowl because it's that's how you score. But I was trying to pick my scorer, and I thought the thrower could do with a touchdown because obviously he's very rarely up this end of the pitch. And you only get 1 point for a completed pass, so I think it can take him some time to rank up and earn those throwing skills. So like a cheeky touchdown every so often is much appreciated. But never mind, it means we can just get another one in with one of our gutter runners. But obviously we don't want to do it with Matey on the right there, because he's not part of the team, so it's pointless. He's going to be leaving at the end of this match, so it's pointless scoring any points with him because they'll be wasted. So yeah, so there we go. Literally the last few turns, and we have the. I didn't mean to do that. See, again, that's what irritates me when you haven't tilted the camera or moved it up enough. It can do that. You can just great, yeah. I didn't want to foul him, but he could have been sent off then for making a foul that I didn't actually intend to do. Rude. Sort it out. Yeah, there's not that many. See, how the hell did he make that dodge? It's like a 6. And it's just like, obviously, a 6 is rollable, but it's just like, yeah, if I'd have tried that, yeah, whatever, Dave, like, fuck off, like, you're not having that. No way. Loser. So it's just the final few smashes before the inevitable, I'm afraid. Obviously, all that bonus cash to. I really don't know where that comes from. Is it like, does the league throw it to you? I really don't understand. Like, in the essence of making it a fair game, I don't really know why they would. Like, if you're talking sort of. See, there it goes again. What are you expecting? Really? Anyway, I don't know. Of course, I'm going to pick that one. Ta-ta. Yeah, I really don't understand the concept behind it, but there you go. Maybe it's your sponsors throwing you a few quid. I don't know. But yes, wonderful. You're going to score 2. Look at that, 2 crippled, 4 knocked out. Excellent. And we've still got largely a decent team, and this is it. Sort of really makes me wish. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I could, if there's any. There's various little things on the kickoff table. I think there's one. It's Blitz, I think it's called, and it's any of the kicking teams. So that would obviously be me in this instance that aren't in a tackle zone. Can have a turn, like while the ball's in the air. So if I could kick it well, again, you don't know when you kick it purposefully short, but at this point I'd probably give it a try. Although obviously I don't for some reason. And yeah, and then blitz and then just run straight through. But you know, it's the chance you get. You can't guarantee the kickoff table. That's a bloody good kick though. Not that they were going to actually score a touchdown in one turn anyway. But if you're going to do, I never got the point of you. I mean, obviously that it's snowing, so you're using white to mark the pitch is a bit pointless anyway. But I'd question the logic of using wood, because surely you're going to fucking trip over that at some point. But I don't know. I suppose you're as disadvantaged as the home team with that as the away, I guess. I'm sure there's some sort of Games Workshop logic. But there you go. Shit, yes, the cup is in the fucking bag. Excellent, and we get a fat chunk of cash for winning as well, which is good. If we're lucky, we'll have enough money to see. As nobody didn't know. No, nobody died, did they? I just saved the thrower from a fate worse than death. But yes, awesome work. 70k for the game itself. Not re-rolling that, I'll keep that. Splendid. 14 out of 20. Who rates things out of 20? Why don't you just make it out of 10? 7 out of 10. Other. But yes! Set the party poppers off. Break out the booze. The trophy is ours. See, the shittest team in the competition tops the league, takes home a big chunk of prestige, which is good, which obviously unlocks more things. And obviously we had the best thrower of the competition. Seems a bit weird after all those games. 4 complete passing is enough to make you the best passer in the competition. But there you go. So there we go, job done. First trophy, first of many. Best fucking believe it. Obviously you've got all these other competitions, all the ones with the arrows I think are one you can go for, but the Aerial Cup, which is like a Wood Elf tournament, I believe, is unlocked. So you have to enter that. You have to enter a tournament before you can then look at buying players and fact about all that kind of shit. Obviously we've got enough to level up one of our gutter runners, which was nice. So we do thus. Roll the dice. Sadly nothing fancy this time, it's just a general skill, but when it comes to gutter runners, I think it's certainly with the previous character, previous playthrough, trying to keep them on their feet as much as possible makes sense. So, and obviously if you can somehow, they're the quickest players you've got, so if you can somehow throw some blocks with them, that's helpful. So blocks seem like a good move too. I only just noticed we've got the Chitter brothers. We've got 2 players called Chitter, Sky Rose and Pyos. Brilliant. Bound to happen, as they mate like rats, like bunnies. And we've got a fat wedge of cash, as I'm highlighting with my mouse wiggle. In that sense, we might as well spend it. Coolpidge and Nurgle Scuttle, excellent. 2 Storm Vermin, obviously slightly better armoured, and they come with block, so that obviously means better equipped for hitting people, which is always welcome. Kind of gives a little bit of somewhat of a backbone. Look at them, look at how cool they are. Those fucking spikes. Have your eye out. Hopefully they will. Have a little fuss. Obviously we've only got 10 Oh yeah, I still don't. If you can tell the difference between those 3 skins, you're better than I am. This makes them slightly dirty. But there we go. 2 new purchases. Just to fatten the team up a little, we're up to 15 out of 16. Obviously this would be about right. This would be what I would want. If I go for a 16th player, it would probably be a Rat Ogre, but that's a little bit further down the line. I need to save up some money. And yes, hopefully we'll do so by winning this fucking thing. We've got some dwarves, we've got some goblins, and we've got a highly illegal sounding necromantic team. So skeletons and zombies and werewolves and shit. So at least that's a nice fresh competition. Nice fresh adversaries. Another new tournament, another challenge. So, me and the lads, 2 new lads. Thanks for watching. Toodles.